Listen, listen. Y'all know what time it is. We shouldn't have to say a thing. It is Monday night, baby. It is 11 p.m. Eastern time. That means if you live on the East Coast, it's 11 o'clock. That's really what that means because I think some people start slipping on that. And it's therapy time, baby. Welcome to the Beatdown. I look fresh in my white tee, cool in my white tee. I do it a little old school for you. Look if you buck. And this is the Badger. What's going on, Badger?
What's going on, bro? Yeah, man. Monday, first day of the week, depending on
This
what, depending on what calendar you follow. So
That's true.
I'm here for it, man. Therapy time, baby.
Let's put a pin in that because I want to come back to that statement. I
Okay.
want to come back to that statement. Look, I just saw two incredible speeches. I had to leave in the middle of one to come get on the show. Bernie Sanders, excellent speech. Excellent speech at the opening of the Democratic National Convention, virtual. And the doctor extraordinaire, Attorney Esquire, Mrs. Michelle Obama, was really, really laying it on when I had to leave and come get set up. She was, I'm telling you, very, very eloquent orator. Very impressed with her, as always. And she's fine, just saying. When other black women say you fine, it's hard to get their opinion, their their support. But she is. She's as eloquent, as beautiful, and as brilliant as she is beautiful. So just saying that. But you said something. And I said I wanted to come back to that, but now I can't remember what it was. What were you saying at that time?
When I say Monday, the first day of the week, depending on what religion you subscribe to.
Right. I heard somebody say something the other day, and it really made me think. We've been so indoctrinated into the European idealism, and then I'm gonna say, sub-European idealism in this country. Because make no mistake, they all look back to England and Europe as the motherland, so to speak. Um, Somebody said, why would you agree that this is the year 2020? Because that's saying that nothing existed before they decided it should exist. All the advancements, all um, the contributions that were made by not just the continent of Africa, but other areas of the world prior to the Europeans deciding when the calendar day should begin. It's like they don't exist because the earth is trillions of years old, but by the calendar it's only 2020 years old. Just food for thought.
Hey, man, ain't no wrong giving a little game out, man. You know.
What's going on, Pops?
Hey, pops. No, pops ain't a new hat. I got two. I just don't wear the red one as often. But
And you still
yours,
waiting on one.
yeah, your one you waiting on is gonna be well worth it.
He said it's coming. It's coming. It's coming. See, I'm glad you didn't keep saying it's coming. Or none of your children would have been here. So at least you delivered.
Whoa,
You delivered, Pops. You
whoa,
you delivered. Wait till you hear the story I got coming up. Where you say, whoa.
whoa.
Listen, bro. Unless you have something else to add, I'm gonna jump into some MMA news.
Nah, let's do it. What you got, brother?
Hey, all right. I'm sharing my screen with this one, bro. I know we don't usually do that on this show, but hopefully, all right. This all happened today. You recognize Boney at Johnny Bones? Said just got off the phone with UFC today. Confirmed that I'm vacating the light heavyweight championship. It's officially up for grabs. It's been an amazing journey. Sincere thank you to all my competition, UFC, and most importantly, you fans. That was today at 5 p.m.
That's fresh.
Uh-huh. It gets even fresher. Bam. After that, we see somebody had questioned about him heavyweight. He said, the last I spoke with UFC about my salary, there was no negotiating. If that ever changes, I'd love to come back and compete again as a heavyweight. Until then, I'll be enjoying UFC as a fan and doing my best to take care of my family and community. Lost the time on that one. My bad. But that was after that tweet, obviously. And then a little later on, we get this. Just had a really positive conversation with UFC. Sounds like there will be negotiations for my next fight at heavyweight. All good news. The weight gaining process begins, and that was at 6:36 p.m. today. So it looks like Johnny Bones Jones, my friend, will be that one credible heavyweight to fight Stipe Miocic. Now, my question to you is, since he is the greatest to do this, he is obviously the greatest light heavyweight champion of all time. Does he get a pass like Cormier and just go right to the title shot? Or do you make him fight Francis Ngannou or somebody else? Or are you still trying to absorb all this?
I mean, listen, you know how I feel, bro. I say put him right in there right away.
That's what I say.
Let him go. Listen, man, the GOAT doesn't need a warm-up fight. Listen, let me tell you something. John Jones really, in his heart of hearts, and some of us would agree with him on this platform, that he can really beat Stipe Miocic. He doesn't feel like that's far-fetched at all. He feels like he can go on there and just whoop this man. He needs to gain a little weight and needs to make sure that he can be conditioned for 25 minutes in case it goes that long. But he really feels like he can beat this guy. So I'm not reading any more into it than what it is. He wants to be the baddest man ever walked the planet as far as UFC is concerned, as far as MMA is concerned. He has to beat Stipe Miocic to get that. Francis Ngannou is he's the odd man out here because he hasn't done. I mean, look, we both like Francis, but we both admit that Francis has a ways to go when it comes to being elite at this level. And we've also said that when these two gentlemen walk away from the sport or when they retire, then it's going to be a lot of parity because nobody's really good at heavyweight. I tell you what, nothing's going to be more exciting than seeing John Jones jump up and make this fight happen. And with him being a smaller man in every fight he's going to be in, this will make it seem, this will give it a little bit of drama in the heavyweight division. It will. I mean, because with him giving up so much size and weight to these guys, he can't afford to take a punch or a kick because it could put him out because he's really giving up that much size.
Right.
So that's where I'm at with it.
See, but he's talking about gaining some size. I think John Jones will probably get up to about 230. I don't see him getting beyond that, which means he could probably still move faster than any heavyweight.
Well, here's the thing. His walk-around weight is probably about 215, 220, right? Because he has to cut to 205.
Right.
So he's probably comfortably walking around at 220. But that's, I mean, it's going to be interesting to see how much of that is natural physical strength. Because remember, Stipe Miocic cut down to 236 for this fight, or 233 for this fight.
Right.
He's a naturally much bigger man. Stipe probably walks around about 250, 245. That's a whole lot bigger than 220.
It is.
Even if John Jones got to 230, that's way bigger than 230 in the sense that you're putting on unnatural weight to fight. It's one thing to kind of get big and just kind of be chilling out around the house, just kind of living your best life. You're talking about getting into a combat sport, and you have to be physically and mentally on edge for 25 minutes. That's gonna be a tough sell for me if he has to gain that much weight. 225, 220, 225 is the max. If he gets to 230, I think it'll be a problem.
Depending on how he puts it on. And I know Greg Winklejohn is an excellent trainer, and they have a whole team around him. I'd be interesting to see how he puts it on. He's talking about putting it on in muscle. You put it on in lean muscle, it works. You start trying to bulk up, it makes you slow and less flexible. I think, to be honest with you, you're right. If he gets up to 225, 220, 225, he's going to have to fight around that and just work with big guys in the gym. You don't want to get too big. Like, I still think he could carry 230 and be okay. I think he can carry that, and we wouldn't have an issue with John Jones if he got to that weight. That's just
I guess the bigger question that we don't know the answer to, and maybe you can research this or somebody out there knows it. What does he weigh in that fight night? When he cuts to 205 to make weight, what is he hydrating to getting back in the octagon? 215, 212?
No more than that, because he's consistent when he makes weight. He consistently comes in at around 203 to 205. Right. Consistent. I haven't seen him he hasn't had to really cut weight.
Right.
And he doesn't come
if
in.
If he's coming in at 203,
then 205, yeah.
And if he's coming at anything under 205, that's gonna be interesting.
So
that's gonna be interesting, bro.
It's gonna be good because a lot of these heavyweights are cutting to make 266 now.
That is exactly my point. Now,
but listen.
Yes, go ahead and say it because I was about to say it. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
They're not ready for him.
No. Not at all.
They're not ready for the quickness, the speed, the kicks, the knees, the up. Man, listen, those guys look like heavyweights when you watch them fight. Mm-hmm. They look like they're plotters. John Jones looks awfully graceful at 205. He looks quick. His reflexes, he just looks so fluid and quick. The kicks come out of nowhere, the jab. I mean, it's just the elbows, the knees. It's just everything is so fluid.
Yeah.
They haven't seen that at heavyweight, man. None of those guys move like that, man. None of them, even Stipe, and he's the best heavyweight out there. Hands down the best heavyweight out there. And he don't move like that.
He is going to have a hard time with John Jones.
Yes.
Because
you got to find him.
He was the bigger man with Cormier.
Mm-hmm.
Not going to be the bigger man height-wise.
Oh no, he's gonna be able to reach disadvantage.
Right. And you're right. And he's got to find him.
And he's got to find him.
You got to reach disadvantage. And he likes to poke eyes too. So,
relax.
But Daniel poked Stipe's eyes in the first fight as well. So I get it. It happens. The ref didn't catch it. The ref had caught it. Something, different outcome possible. But ref didn't catch it. So all's fair in love and marriage and love and war. So, I think it's interesting because Stipe will have to find him and have to lay hands on him.
And, man. And go ahead and say it because I'm about to say that too. Go ahead.
Listen, if y'all remember Rocky 1 or Rocky 2 where he tried to catch that chicken, he couldn't catch that chicken. This chicken can fight, can punch and kick though.
And here's the thing. Side note. I don't know how good Stipe's jiu-jitsu is, but if he gets overly aggressive, John can literally walk him right into by letting Stipe grab him and then going to the ground. And before you know it, you done got flip turned, all kind of shit going on. You don't know where your arm at, where your leg at. And that's no disrespect to Stipe. What I'm saying is you haven't seen a man move like this at heavyweight. Kind of like what Roy Jones Jr. did to John Ruiz when he was up to heavyweight. John Ruiz didn't even know if he thought Roy Jones had 4 hands. I mean, everybody thought Roy had 4 hands at some point, but he really thought Roy had 4 arms because punches hit him everywhere. John Ruiz couldn't even really get settled into the fight. So that's kind of how I'm looking at this one. But man, good for John Jones, good for the UFC, and God dang it, Dana White, jeez.
Now let's talk about 205 because now you got Dominic Reyes, and I forgot Oh man, he's fighting somebody. I forgot who he's fighting, and I think it is October 24th. Let me look.
Okay. Okay.
This may be for the vacant lightweight
I
title.
mean, listen, that's all well and good. But that takes a backseat to a bunch of other fights that's coming up before that. I don't give a damn about Dominic Reyes like that. Let's talk about Paulo Costa, Israel Adesanya. Let's talk about Tyrone Woodley and Kobe Covington. All these fights come before that, so I don't give a dang about my boy Reyes right now. We can talk about him as his fight date nears after these fights, but dang it, if I'm not hyped for Kobe Covington and Tyrone Woodley and doubly hyped for your boy Izzy against Paulo the Hulk Costa, this is gonna be a great fight, man. And they don't like each other. They genuinely don't like each other. This is great.
That always makes a great fight. I mean, that always makes a great fight.
Yeah.
So yeah, that I like. Obviously, I like Israel Adesanya. I do believe somebody's gonna catch him. And now that John Jones fight ain't gonna happen, so you can take that off the table because
I don't think that was ever gonna happen. But anyway,
no, well, neither did John because he's like, you're
Right.
not coming up. You're waiting. You say you want to clean out the division before you. I'm not sitting here for 3-4
and
years.
check this out, bro. Something that I think you pointed out to me earlier. Let's look at Izzy's frame. Izzy's not a big guy.
No.
Izzy doesn't have a frame that you can say, okay, I can see him putting on 20 pounds. No.
He's a small middleweight.
Yeah, he's a small 185er, bro. So I can't see him picking up 20 pounds and go to 205, bro. Not right now. He'd have to age a lot and get a lot. Oh yeah, and that's
No.
Yeah, I don't see that.
No, he'll be at 185 for a minute. I don't know if anybody's gonna beat him anytime soon, but he'll be there for a minute. Paul Costa, good fighter, big, but
Listen.
I just don't see him beating
Listen,
the last style bender.
bro, I'm in agreement with you, but
Uh-huh.
that's a big dude.
That is a big
I heard Joe Rogan. I don't know if Joe Rogan was on mushrooms or he was high, but I heard Joe Rogan say that Paulo Costa comes down from like 225
I've
to
heard
make
that,
185.
I've heard that. Isn't that the first person I've heard that?
Bruh, what?
Your walk around weight is 225.
What?
You lose 40 pounds.
What?
Dude, hey, in the same line of thinking, there was a heavyweight fight on the prelims. Dude out of Philly, beat this Chris Dawkins beat the other. I can't remember where the other guy was from. He's from the U.S. But he had been waiting. He's like 30. This other guy was like 34. He turned pro when he was 19. He just finally got his call up to the UFC. He woke up Saturday morning. He was 282 pounds. He had to lose 16 pounds by weigh-in. Right. Now, when he got the fight, I think a week before that, he was 300 and some pounds. Now, you hear guys all the time say, well, I lose 20 pounds in a day. It's not easy. You think it'd be easier for a heavyweight. It's not easy for a dude who walks around big all the time to lose that kind of weight that quickly. I was like, whoa. So when you talk about Paulo Costa, dropping 40 pounds to make weight, that's a struggle, bro. It's killing your body.
Yeah, but man, let me tell you something. Israel better be very, very careful.
Because he's going to rehydrate big.
Israel better be very careful. And listen, he don't want to get into a jiu-jitsu match with this dude.
No, that's his backyard.
That's what I'm talking about. So this has to do what? Stay on the feet. You got to keep them knees and elbows and kicks coming. You got to keep Costa off you. And it's possible, right? No one likes to
give
get
him
hit.
A reason. Right.
Reason
not to get hit.
Right.
Because some people just eat them. I don't agree with that when they say nobody likes to get hit.
And a lot of UFC dudes have made a living off eating and taking punishment just to get to you and kind of,
Yeah. And deliver their own.
Listen, I am very, very cautious about this fight. Izzy ain't never been touched before. this would be the wrong fight to get your chin to get his chin tested. I would say that.
Izzy has been touched, not in the UFC.
Well, okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, not UFC. Yeah, because he actually has a loss
Yeah,
prior to. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
I
I'm
mean,
talking about in the UFC since we've seen him as the last style bender since he's ascended down from the heavens, descended down from the heavens onto the UFC.
right.
You know, a la Sugar Sean O'Malley. We ain't gonna touch that. But
Listen, I do want to touch that, unless you want to wait and talk about that tomorrow.
no, we're gonna run through everything. I just was throwing it out there because boy, they was blessing him. They was hitting him with the bless oil, wasn't they? Tiddlywinks. What happened? What happened, man? Talk to me. Your boy, what's going on?
Life happened to him. Dana White tried to explain it away, saying it was a calf kick that led to the foot injury.
Right.
Hockey pucks. It's just a freak injury.
Well, here's the thing. I was told the same thing by a medical professional today. I was told that it was the calf kick, and what it did nerve damage, which caused the break, like a Liz Frank on his foot, and that was why. Because if you look back at it, the foot was already compromised before he rolled it.
Yeah.
So that's what they're saying. It was the kick from Vera that disabled him, and that's what caused the rolling of the foot, which is what everybody thought was injured, but it had happened prior to that.
Well, that gives a lot more credence to Vera's win.
Absolutely. Listen, it didn't. Okay, let me say this, bro. And I think we both understand the theory and the thought behind this. A fight is a fight.
Mm-hmm.
We know things happen in fights. We just saw two heavyweights both get their eyes poked. One war worse than the other. Things happen in fights, bro. And we've seen some miraculous things. Who was a boxer last year that won the fight with a dislocated shoulder? Remember that? He had a dislocated shoulder and he actually won the fight with one hand. This was like a couple years ago. I can't remember the kid who he was, but it was unbelievable. He fought with a dislocated shoulder and won the fight.
Well, I've seen it happen a couple. I've seen it happen where Pedro the Rock Hizzo, way back in the early days of UFC, he was in an arm bar and his arm was broken and he wouldn't tap, and the ref didn't stop the fight, and he came back and won with one arm.
Yeah.
So you're right. Things happen.
Yeah, and it just wasn't O'Malley's night. We got to give credit to Vera, the seasoned vet, the guy that's been through nothing. Sugar Sean will get rehab. He will come back, and they're going to prop him right back up again because in UFC, a loss doesn't define your career, especially a loss like that where there's going to be an asterisk about around Vera's name for that victory with some people. Some people will put an asterisk by that. I won't. It's a fight. It happened. You got to take it. You got to take it both ways.
I, for one, will not either. I support Marlon Vera on this one. Once I found out what happened, because I was like, man, unfortunately for Sean O'Malley, but now I'm like, look, that actually happened in the course of a fight because of an action.
Yep.
Not just
an accident.
Right, an accident. Mm-hmm. Right. So, yeah, I got to give Vera this one, man. That was good kick and good finish.
Yep. And good stoppage by Herb Dean.
Yeah.
Good stoppage. Some people were saying, you got to relax, bro. You got to relax. Don't do Herb like that.
Herb sucked as a fighter.
Man, you got to relax.
Did you ever watch him?
Nah, I never really watched a lot of Herb Dean. I knew, I've heard, but I didn't really watch a lot of this stuff.
They got some stuff on YouTube.
It's okay. He's a better ref. It doesn't matter.
Sucked.
He's a better ref. It's okay.
He had to be a better ref.
But yeah, Vera finished the fight. So
shout out. Good
props
job.
to that. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Tyrone, I don't know who wants to show up to the fight. Woodley gets to fight Kobe. I'm rooting for the guy who's about to be out of the White House, Covington. So
don't jinx it, bro. You gotta relax.
I'm calling.
Okay.
If we get out and do our part and vote, he gone.
Okay.
If we don't, I'm gone. Deal with this man no more, bro.
The Ghana.
You know what? Yeah.
Free citizenship. Come on back home. That's the slogan they got. Come on home.
My people.
You gotta relax, bro. The accent, you gotta stop it, bro. You gotta stop it.
I think I have an African joke this evening. I'm not sure. We'll see.
Terrible. So the opening bout. What was your thoughts on that one?
Oh my goodness, I'm trying to remember.
I'll be the first one to say it. I felt bad for Herbert because I'm not best friends with Herbert. I don't know Herbert like that, but I spent some time with Herbert before and his brother. And I did not see. First of all, that okay. Let me just say this: there are certain positions you don't want to be caught in, like in the ocean with a cut on your leg and you're just kind of floating around. It's not a good idea, right?
No, not at all.
Yeah, or
Salt water or the shark. Yeah.
right, or in the Mexican standoff. Nothing probably positive is going to come out of that, right? Something's going to happen, right?
Right.
A knife fight, even if you win it, somebody getting cut, right? Everybody getting cut, right?
Right.
To be caught in a crucifix, bro. I mean that is so you got just so helpless, bro.
Dude, I'm watching this going,
And it was so bad, dog.
and I'm watching this going. Is he going for a crucifix?
Yeah, I was like, what is he? I was like, no. He's not gonna get it. And
Got
when he
it.
locked that leg, and I was like, yo, what? This is how bad it is to be in a crucifix. You rarely see them
Ever.
in MMA.
Right.
That's how bad. You see people get crucifix in sparring. People just rolling around.
Because they work with it. They learn how to work through it.
Listen, bro, and listen, for Herbert's sake, the dude he was fighting ain't have no hands. Because he should have put Herbert out.
Yeah.
Like, forget stopping it from an accumulation of punches. Herbert should have been asleep.
Yeah.
He should have been put to bed, bro.
Yeah.
He couldn't protect himself. His face was wide open. He couldn't do nothing. He lucked up, but bad loss for Herbert Burns. He also missed weight. Don't know what happened. Don't know what happened that last week, man.
He still lost 20% of his purse.
Yeah. And he's got that stain on his resume now of not making weight. People don't forget those kind of things. Those things haunt you for a while.
Yeah.
Especially if you're a prospect and you're trying to rise with the rankings like a Herbert Burns.
And you lost.
That's not the loss ain't as bad as him missing weight, bro.
No, I'm just talking about the accumulation of
the whole thing, yeah, for sure.
My goodness, I can still see it, dude. I mean, he had his arm trapped between the legs, had his arm caught. It was just one hand and one face.
Yep.
And an elbow.
Yep.
And he could have really worked.
Worked
Herb.
Yeah. Shout out to Herbert, man. Herbert and Gilbert Burns, man. Bounce back, Herbert. Gilbert, you up next. I don't know when you're gonna have him fight again, but don't follow the same steps as your brother, bro.
No, because and they still got black names. Herbert Burns, Gilbert Burns.
You gotta chill out, bro.
Or Jewish names.
You
don't sound like they're from Brazil.
You gotta relax, bro. I would say this. That's probably not their complete name. There's probably a middle name in there somewhere or another surname
for Gilbert.
Yeah, and another surname. So yeah, that we just make it palatable for us in America because we don't like to try, right? We're not gonna make an effort to read it, so we'll just cut it off and just make it Herbert and Gilbert. Works for us.
From Brazil, yes.
From Brazil.
Look, shout out to Rosenstreich.
Hey, Biggie boy,
the second Biggie boy, because
Legale.
Yep. Yeah. Listen, I saw a video with Junior Dos Santos today. I think he cut it yesterday. Talking about he was in his hotel room still, and after he gets back and everything heals up and settles down, he'll have to make a decision on what he's going to do. I tell you what you do. You fight better next time. This wasn't the JDS anybody had ever seen before. In my opinion, this was not the JDS anybody had ever seen before. So you might want to decide. You were in great shape, looked great for the fight, but yeah, I thought you were going to beat Rosenstreich in that one. We don't predict fights here, but I thought you were going to beat him. I was hoping Rosenstreich, may pull it off, but I was really, I like JDS, man.
I'm going to pivot away from you on this one, bro. I think JDS needs to hang him up, bro. That's 3 knockout losses in a row, if I'm not mistaken. He's 40.
Yeah.
So close to it if he's not. And he's been around since 2010, 2009 when he kind of showed up on the scene. Great 11-year career, man. One of the greatest heavyweights in the UFC. But, man, even any combat sport participant, 3 knockout losses in a row, we got to start thinking about our future here long term. You're still young. You got a decent amount of money to live and take care of your family, man. Enjoy the rest of your life, bro. You got nothing left to prove.
Yeah. You're right. And that pretty much was the card, bro.
Yeah.
For the most part.
Yeah.
So look, I'm looking forward to seeing what happens in the UFC light heavyweight division.
Yeah.
And I'm definitely looking forward to see what happens in the UFC heavyweight division.
Hey man, damn
Now we
Dana.
got a huge pay-per-view card. Huge.
Dana White just keep winning. Shit.
He must have.
Just
He
keep
said he
winning.
wasn't going to renegotiate with Jones. Dana White thought about that pay-per-view if they get
Bro,
out of this pandemic.
bro, listen to me, man. We are just the audience. All this is already been worked out, bro.
Yeah.
I'm sure they've talked about all this stuff, man. They already playing a lot of this stuff out. So we find out and we find out, my brother. I ain't even that worried about it. But yeah.
We started talking about Covington and Tyrone Woodley.
Yeah, that's because we got sidetracked with Izzy and Paulo Costa. No, bro. I don't know how I feel about this one, man.
I don't feel good if I'm Tyrone Woodley. To be honest with you. We need to see a different Tyrone Woodley.
Bro, listen to me, man. I'm gonna say this, bro, and I'm gonna try to say this in the most professional way possible. Man, Tyrone can't lose this fight, man. That's all I'm gonna say. He can't lose this one. All the other ones, all right, but you can't lose this one to Colby Covington, man, because of what Tyrone Woodley has represented in the culture for so long.
Yes.
And if everything that Colby Covington represents on the other side, you can't lose this fight, Tyrone.
Bro.
So I don't know why you played that sound effect. What I said is all true. He can't lose this one, bro.
Here's what I think right now with Tyrone Woodley. If he's sitting in his room watching, watch out, because you know who that is? Possible ass whooping. So you might want to come.
And Colby got everything to gain and nothing to lose.
Nothing to lose. Nothing. Absolutely.
Man, bro.
Nothing.
And is this and when is the Woodley Covington fight?
I want to say September, but it might be October.
I think you're right. I think it is September. Yes, September 26th, isn't it?
Yeah, if I'm not
the
mistaken.
weekend of the Charlo fight. The Charlo doubleheader pay-per-view. Okay. Yeah, you can't lose that fight, bro. It's too close to the election. And I don't even really get into all that, but man, you can't lose this fight, Tyrone. That's gonna be bad, but that's gonna be bad news, man. Bad news.
Well, we're gonna see, because we're gonna really have to talk about that fight, because oh my goodness.
And listen, we ain't disrespecting Colby. Colby Covington can fight, so we ain't disrespecting Colby at all. It's just that what Colby stands for, you know, we just ain't really rocking with that on this side. So Tyrone, yeah, get together, brother. Get together.
They're saying that even though the other fights we've talked about, they're saying that this fight may be billed as the biggest fight of the year. I'm like, I don't see that.
Well, I mean, it's easy to play it up. The only thing that hurt this fight is they're both coming off losses. That's the only thing to me that hurts this fight. Had Tyrone Woodley beat Gilbert Burns, or had he just lost to Kamaru and hadn't fought since, and Colby only lost to Kamaru, you can build that. But with him getting really not winning a round either one of those two fights, you know, some of that luster is definitely worn off Tyrone, man. He's starting to look more like a economy car. He's looking more affordable now than luxurious.
He's looking like a used car.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about an antique or a classic. I'm talking
buy
about
here, pay here, man.
Yeah, there you go. Because I was going to give him less credit, but I go to buy here, pay here. I was going to say he looked like the one who's in the yard on blocks.
Damn.
He looked too good, bro.
Man, still walking, bro. Jeez Louise.
Not too good. Barely. His best shot was coming to the cage, coming to the octagon.
And the famous words of Donna, "Are you legally blind, ma'am? I can't see." Barely.
Killing me, bro. Killing me.
Oh, Donna Goodold, man. Where is she anyway? So we're going to do a 180 and turn to the other side. Did you see what is going on between the Charlos? Bro, this is weird. Now, at first I didn't like the Charlos because of what happened with my little brother. I got over that quickly because it's a business. It happens.
Well, let's back up. At first, you did like the Charlos.
Yeah, exactly. There you go. Correct me, brother. I did. I was a Charlo fan.
Right. You introduced me to.
Right. Then the fight with brother happened and all that, and the antics that took place around that kind of turned me away from him a little bit. Right. Then I slowly started coming back, and I've been supporting him for a while now. But something is odd about these guys. There's a family feud going on. It's playing itself out on social media, and it's just not a good look, man. Um, I don't know what the issue is, but you got Jamel calling Jamal's wife a bitch. You got Jamel saying that he got 150,000 on his wife to kick Jamal's wife's ass. You got him going in talking about his house is bigger. I mean, it's more expensive than his brother's house, and it's completely weird. Um, from what I gathered, what I saw, and this can't be the crux of it, but there is an issue because Jamel has a channel on YouTube called Ringside with the Lions, and it's been getting some pretty good views. Apparently, Jamal came out and said that he's not a part of that thing.
Wow.
He's doing Lions Only Elite.
Okay.
Which is, I guess, what he's going to call his YouTube channel, or whatever little offshoot of Lions Only he's doing. Don't know how it went left from there, but man, Jamel got on social media and went in on his brother in front of the whole world, and I just would never understand that. Calling his brother's wife a bitch, that's just completely unacceptable. First of all, it's unacceptable to call any man's wife that because your beef was with the man, not with the woman. First of all. Secondly, that's your sister-in-law, dude. Like, y'all have been together. Like, y'all been there for, I mean, this is your brother. This is your dude, man. This is wild stuff, bro.
I get the stance that you're taking on this, but this is not unusual. You got siblings saying all the time, look, you married her, I didn't. But it usually comes from the female.
This is unusual in the sense that you got two championship world-class fighters airing their family business out on social media. I'm not saying disagreements don't happen, but you don't get on public platform and talk about your brother and his wife like that. That's wild, bro.
I get what you're saying, but unfortunately, just because you're a champion may not change your rearing.
Okay, so what's your point here?
My point is ignorance.
I think we're agreeing.
Yeah, we are.
Okay.
We are. I'm just not. For some reason, I'm not shocked. I don't know.
And listen, and this is the crazy part, bro. I wouldn't have been shocked if this was anyone else or him doing it just in general. But they just seem so close. That's what's doing. They're so close, bro.
Yeah.
Like when these guys are fighting, they're looking, bro. When I was at the fight in Houston, when Jamal had the headliner fight against Brandon Adams, he was in his corner listening to Ronnie Shields, but looking into the crowd at his brother. And his brother is shouting, and he's looking and feeding and shaking his head and looking at his brother for approval. They're very close. So that's why I'm so perplexed by this. Not the behavior, because Jermel in particular has displayed these kind of outbursts before.
Yeah.
But against his brother, that's just kind of wild.
So has Jamal really fed into it?
That I don't know, bro. I haven't seen anything come from him. Everything that I've seen has pretty much come from Jamel.
Bro. Body your cup.
Hey.
When I found out about this new tea. It's called butterfly pea flower tea. And I just bought the butterfly pea flowers. And it's amazing, dude, as far as giving you mental clarity. High antioxidants. I'm not selling a certain brand. I started drinking it, and I meant to say something to you earlier when we were on the phone. This stuff is amazing. With just a little bit of agave, a cinnamon stick, and some lemon, brews up real easy.
I might need to try that, man. Also, is it an aphrodisiac?
Yes. Yes, it is. The fact that I can't stand you sometimes.
I'm just saying, bro.
No, you ain't. You ain't just saying nothing. You walk me right into that. I'm like, I think this joker. Really? And when you ask me the question, I can't lie.
Exactly.
I should have said, I asked my wife.
So moving right along, man.
Yes, please.
Hey. So, man, what's going on with your homeboy for real, though? Gary Russell Jr., bro. What is wrong with this dude? Is he demented?
No, he's not demented.
I like Gary Russell, but Gary has just, and listen, it may be true because I don't know Gary Russell to be a liar. I don't know him in that capacity. Apparently, Gary Russell has gotten the okay from Al Heyman to pursue a fight with Terrence Crawford.
What?
Yeah. You heard what I said. Gary Russell Jr., who campaigns at 22 or 26. Doesn't matter.
No,
One of
30.
them. No. When?
Yeah, he campaigns at 30.
So he moved up from 26?
He's been up. Wait, was he when he fought Lomachenko? They were 30, right?
Mm, I don't know. Either way, it don't matter.
But Bud's at 47.
Right. So what we talking about right now?
17 pounds.
Okay.
In boxing, not MMA.
Okay. What we talking? So now give me your assessment of what I just said, because
You're
I
right.
need to hear it from you.
No, I don't know what's going on. He might have gotten a hold of a bad crab. I don't know what's going on. Or maybe he only has one last fight in it, but not Bud, bro. At least go to 40 or 35. Don't go to 47.
Man, listen.
Hey,
We both
Pops.
have been around Gary Russell Jr. a few times.
Pops, I need you to go down to Southern Maryland. You can find Gary Russell Jr. He's around Capitol Heights, that area. I need you to get him on the phone for us, or just slap some sense in. But he got a lot of brothers, so you might not want to slap some sense into him. Talk some sense into him. He needs to stay in his weight division and just fight it out.
Like, what is going on in the world right now? And he's put it out there on social media. Everybody's kind of like, what? Like, everybody's got the same look, like. And of course, Al Heyman never said anything about it. But if this is true, bro, what? And okay, are we mad if Terrence Crawford obliges because this man is calling you out? Like, he's coming for your neck. First, he told the whole world he punched you, right?
That's right.
Yeah, you forgot about that, bro. Yeah, he just came out a couple weeks ago and was like, man, yeah, Terrence Crawford, man, I beat his ass and I punched him in the face. He was crying. So he's already challenging your manhood. Now he's saying, I've talked to my promoter. Well, I'm sorry, Uncle Al, my advisor, and he's giving me the green light to pursue a fight with you. And you're 3 weight classes above me, and everybody's okay with this?
No.
Bro, you know what I'm about to say. You know where I'm from. Hey, Bud, do work.
Gary, here's some powder. Because
For real.
that's ridiculous. The fact that you would even, come on, dog. Come on, man. Yeah. That's as crazy as Israel talking about he going up to heavyweight. That's actually crazier.
Yeah, I'm about to say it's a little crazier. Yeah.
That's insane. Because you walk around at a $135.
Soaking wet.
Soaking wet. With more change in your pocket.
With change in his pocket.
I'm going to fight on 147, Bud Crawford. I'd rather see you fight Lomachenko. I've wanted you to get a rematch with Lomachenko. Bud Crawford. Lomachenko doesn't want Bud Crawford. Well,
People in Bud Crawford weight division don't want Bud Crawford.
right. They were mad when he came to 47. Don't you got stuff to do with 40?
And it was tight. And it was hey, you ain't lying. They was a little tight about that. Oh, well, he got to get a belt first. Oh, he ain't fought nobody. Oh.
Right.
Shit.
Derek said, I ain't fought nobody. Let me fight you. Then I can fight somebody.
But when they got that strap, whooped a couple people like, hey, what's up now? Oh, man, I'm going to fight so-and-so. I said, well, hey, we're going to let it marinate. And this,
Yeah.
And I hate defeating this because I really, honestly, in my heart of hearts, at that type of elite level where we're talking about what these guys are, I don't think these guys are afraid of each other. But I do think these guys understand the risk and what they're doing. So, with that being said, I don't know what's up with Gary Russell. I think he needs to.
He doesn't understand the risk. He can't understand the risk.
Yeah.
Come on, dude. Let's go. Let's sit down, have a Jameson and ginger and some crab cakes at the crack pot, and we can talk this out, bro. We can talk this out. There's no need to. And I'm hoping this is just to get your name out there. I'm really hoping that's what this is. I mean, because if you're smart, you'll tell him I'll fight you at 35. I ain't gonna fight you at 47. But I can see Bud making 35 just to fight you.
And listen, he's such a dog. He do everything he could to do it too.
Yeah.
He really would.
Oh man.
Listen.
Gary Russell, You know I'm your biggest fan. I no, bro. Just that's not a good look. Not a good look at all. And now if you do it and you knock him out, I'm gonna be the one to say I was messed up. I should have stuck with him. I just, bro, that's not a good look. Not a good look. As fast as your hands are, he doesn't have to hit you as many times as you have to hit him.
And your arms ain't that long, dude. How you gonna get in there with them punches? You a half foot shorter than this man, and he ain't even tall. What we talking about right now, bro?
I'm
Be real
pulling
with
for
me,
you,
man.
Gary. I'm pulling for you at your weight class. Don't do it. If you want to go up, go to 35. But don't go to 47, bro. Because they're going to tell you at least stop at 40 and fight the Rougarou before you go to 47. Don't do it. Stay where you stay. Please, bro. Please. That 1 year, one fight a year, stay at 30. Please. Bro had you at 22 and 26, but stay at 30.
Better figure it out. I can tell you that.
All right, I got a question for you.
What's
It's my
up?
joke of the day.
Oh, hold on. Let's get it right. Hold on. Hey, okay, let's do it.
I'll get the applause ahead of time on this one. All right, so we know that the stork is the bird that brings the baby. But what is the bird that prevents the baby from coming?
Um, Hummingbird.
The swallow.
There you go. That sounds about right. That
I'll
is
take the
terrible.
applause again. I'll take the
That is
applause again.
terrible.
Yes. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, everybody. Yes, thank you. Thank you. Some more applause, please. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Love that. That was funny. I don't care. That was
Listen,
funny.
I will say this, bro. I am a fan, so I'm okay with that part of it, right? It's okay, bro. I've heard worse from you. That one passes. Not your best, but it's a Monday. You get a pass on that one.
Okay, I got one for you.
All right.
Two for Monday. We don't do this that often, but two for Mondays. Sound like a bad strip club. Um, Teacher was in her fourth grade class, teaching her fourth grade class, and she was talking to the boys in the class. She says, "Young men, if you're at a restaurant having dinner with a young lady, what is the proper way for you to excuse yourself to go to the bathroom?" So Mikey threw his hand up. She says, "Okay, Mikey." Mikey says, "I tell her, hey, I'll be right back. I got to go to the can." "No, Mikey, we don't use that terminology. Good try, but we don't use that terminology." Well, then Stephen threw his hand up. She said, "Okay, Stephen." He said, "I would say, I'll be right back. I have to go to the bathroom." She says, "Better, Stephen, but we try not to use the word bathroom in what we're saying." So Jerome threw his hand up. She said, "Okay, Jerome, how would you say it?" He said, "I would look at deep in her eyes and say, 'Darling, please excuse me, but I have to go shake hands with an old friend. But don't worry, I plan on introducing you to him right after dinner.'"
All right.
Yeah,
Okay.
whatever.
All right. All
You know why
right.
you didn't laugh? Because you used that line. I know you used it.
All right. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, that ain't bad, bro. That ain't bad. I'm mad his name was Jerome. But check this out. I've seen a lot of white Jeromes lately.
Yes. It's a
So
Jewish name by nature.
is it?
Yes, if you ever watched the movie or read the play or watched the play Brighton Beach Memoirs, their last name was the Jeromes.
Oh,
Eugene
okay.
Jacob Jerome.
Learn
Yes.
something new, brother.
Well, most of our names came from some European derivative anyway.
Yeah, that's true.
Saying, I say most.
Yeah.
Last
I'm
name
not in
is
that. I'm not in that number, but you're absolutely correct.
your last name
Oh, definitely that. You're for sure.
Irish.
For sure.
Yeah,
For sure. For
it could be
sure.
Scottish. Well, mine is German and Irish. Clark.
Yeah.
Why did I just say that?
I don't know. You tripping? Um. So yeah, man. Well, that's pretty much. Oh, top rank card is this weekend. Joe Smith Jr. against Alita Alvarez.
I forgot about the Showtime card Saturday night. This past Saturday night.
Oh yeah, David Benavidez. Well, I mean because Benavidez lost the belt on the scales, which was very unprofessional. This is his second time losing the belt. First time he lost it because he had to pop positive for illegal substance that he was using. This is not a good look for Benavidez. They can make all the excuses that they want. You can't keep doing this.
No.
I mean, you want to talk bad about him, you got to put him in the same boat with Tank Davis now.
Yeah.
You don't miss weight like that, bro.
No.
You don't. And you have your own gym. Your
Right.
dad's your trainer. Your brother's a world-class fighter. Like, what is happening? So, yeah, no, he gets no reprieve from me, and I'm a fan. But I was disappointed in Benavidez for that. He won the fight. Wasn't very competitive. I mean, the dude was tough, but he stopped him late. Rolly Romero got a gift decision. And Rolly Romero clearly lost that fight, but because he's a Mayweather fighter. And they gave it to him in that landslide, like it wasn't even close. And Rolly did not win that fight. That was also trending heavily on Sunday morning and Saturday night. That was terrible. And that's boxing will continue to lose ground with decisions like that. That
Well,
was
the good thing is MMA does the same thing. So
yeah,
they do the same thing. So
Yeah.
Anyway, that's one thing we didn't talk about. The fact that yes, Cormier lost that fight. Listen, I had it honestly 49-48, and I actually looked at that second round, and that was a tough one because he was clearly dominating the second round before he got knocked down in the last 30 seconds. Or last 10 seconds when he hit the canvas. And that's what saved him.
Yeah.
But he came back. But I honestly, I could see, and I know my partner was sitting there watching, and I know you were watching, and the Red Belly was watching, and I talked to some other people, and I said to myself, I said, honestly, as crazy as it sounds, I could have seen him giving Cormier 3 of those 5 rounds, which would have made it a draw if they gave Stipe a 10-8 round, which doesn't always happen in MMA when you knock somebody down like that. But the way you almost had him out at the end,
he was.
That could have been a 10-8 round.
A couple of 3-4 more seconds left, he stopped.
One of the judges gave him a 10-8 round for that one.
Yeah.
Honestly, it was tough for me.
And listen, I'm in agreement with you. I think that.
But
I think we wanted the fairy tale ending for Cormier because we knew this was his last ride. Stipe sounds like he's gonna take some time off, but it sounds like he'll be back.
Yeah.
Especially with John Jones looming.
Listen, that's gonna either make you want to come back early or make you retire.
Yeah. So for me, I just thought that the more telling moments of the fight belong to Stipe. That's all. It was a great fight, a very good fight. It was a competitive fight. Close. First 3 rounds. That second round was just bad though. You know, because like I said, it's a fight, and they have time limits on rounds for a reason. But any more time left on that clock, we're not even having this discussion because he's knocked out.
You're right. And the reason why I'm not arguing with the decision, the reason why I could go with 49-48 is Cormier let him get him in double underhooks and push him up against the cage.
Bro, that was so frustrating to watch. And like I mentioned to you too, one takedown attempt in the first round and you got it and you stopped. You stopped. The one takedown he attempted, he got it, and he never went back to it again. I don't understand.
They asked him that, and he really didn't. He really couldn't say anything.
Nothing to say.
As to why he didn't go back. Hold on, we can't leave yet. There was a I had been talking about something a while ago,
And,
and
and let me just say something while you searching for whatever you're looking for. Shots out again to Jessica McCaskill for dethroning Cecilia Brækhus, ending that reign, and she picked up what 4 or 5 belts from Cecilia. Picked up a lot of
really,
them. I know that. Yeah. Yep. So she might be the only woman out there with just as many belts as Clarissa. Like she got
yeah.
a lot of them. Yeah.
Listen, that Chris Dawkins fight, he fought Parker Porter. That's the one I was trying to remember.
Okay.
But no, there was a woman, a female fight. Oh, come on. There was a female fight. And the reason why I'm bringing it up is the red belly. When I sat straight up on my seat and I was like, did you see that? And he stopped me because you've been talking about that for a while. And I said, yeah, I'm finally glad we saw it. What is okay? It was Renata Livia Souza defeated Ashley Yoder. No, that wasn't it. Because this girl knocked stopped. The one I'm thinking about stopped her opponent. I gotta find it, bro. She threw a shot, a regular shot. Like remember I was talking about um why don't people shoot like they do in freestyle wrestling? It was Verna Jandaroba defeated Felice Herrig via submission armbar in a minute 44 of round one. Okay. I need to, you know what? I know they'll take it down, but I might cut this up and put it on the show tomorrow if I can find it. Dude, she did a double leg shot, literally sliding across on her knees. Shoulder connected in the midsection so she would fold and she was able to get that double leg takedown. She shot in under this girl's jab and took her down. Classic wrestling takedown. Secured the legs and was able to just take her right down. It was beautiful. I've never seen guys do this in MMA. They lunge at the legs or they try to run through like it's a tackle. But this girl threw a picture perfect shot, double leg shot. It was beautiful. It was. I sat up. I was just amazed to finally see somebody, even though she's a Brazilian jiu-jitsu technician, the fact that she threw the perfect double leg takedown. I was a fan of hers right then. I didn't care if she won or not, what she did, but it was amazing. If you can find that on YouTube, bro, watch it. Because that's what I've been talking about on this show about why are they reaching for your legs or run, trying to lunge and run through a shot instead of securing the double leg or the single leg to where you can't go anywhere. I'm sorry, I get animated about it, but it was just
Nah, you
amazing.
good, bro.
That's all I had
mean,
to
you
say.
took us right to the clock, so you good, bro.
Oh, okay. Shout out to my wife, my daughter, my mom, my pops. Shout out to Verma for that shot. It's amazing. It's going to be in my mind for a while. Shout out to the Red Belly. And shout out to you. And you, Badger.
I appreciate it, bro, man. Listen, thank everybody out there for Fighter Share Nation for tapping in with us. We definitely appreciate all the love. Hey, check in with your people. Make sure everybody's safe out there. Mental health is real. This is a trying time for a lot of people. So please just ask people how they're doing. Just check in with people and just say, hey, I was thinking about you. Just making sure you're okay. It goes a long way. You may save a life. That is all we got today, man. Shout out to you, bro, for doing your thing and making this show the success that it is. Shout out to fighting and all combat sports keeping us sane right now because I just can't get with none of these other sports right now. I just can't get into the NBA. I can't do it. I'm still a little salty.
Shout out to me. He said shout out to me.
I'm still a little bit salty, but in the meantime, go Spurs, go. Even though we ain't in the playoffs for the first time in 22 years, we missed it.
Ooh.
That is all we got today, man. Fighter Nation, we will holler at y'all mañana, Tuesday and Thursday at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time in the Fighter Show Report every Wednesday and Sunday at 7 p.m. That's all we got. We out of here.
Check my swag tag.